I really don't know, but we're gonna have that. What in the world? Oh my god, dude, he's levitating. People, we've got a levitating mechanic here. No, if that's not an attraction, I don't know what is. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo with me, Spacefish, still here in our Maple Leaf Wildlife Park. And well, our animals, you know, they're sort of starting to get happier. They're not, you know, living the miserable life they once were, which I guess is an improvement. And if you'll remember, we've also got the bronze objective totally finished now, which is indeed very great. We do even have our overall staff happiness at more than 75%, so, you know, already even a silver goal taken care of. Now, we kind of have these main goals here now of actually having more habitat species in the zoo, and also our first exhibit species. But I'm not quite sure I want to focus exclusively on this, because after all, the idea of having this, like, going a bit into the campaign and actually, you know, trying things out a bit, was for me to actually learn how to manage a zoo. And while we do have, like, some animals now, and, you know, their needs are somewhat taken care of, what we have absolutely not taken care of just yet is guest happiness. And I've literally looked down here for, like, the first time ever since we started this park, I think, and you can see our guests are indeed not all too happy. So we've got no education going on. We don't even have all the toilets in the world for them. They are thirsty, they are hungry, and they are not all too happy overall. So I think there is some good lessons to learn for us out there, some good things to take care of, and I would like to try and look into that a bit this episode. So starting with education, because as we all could see, I don't have any sort of education, so we will try and get some of that good old education going. So we've got our donation boxes set up out here, of course, but what I'm thinking we could do is like some education boards, you know. I'm not quite sure what the difference is between an education stand and an education board set and an education... Oh, this is... No. So, yeah. Not 100% sure. I'll have to say, I mean, that's kind of obvious, right? You have that, like, straight at the habitat barrier, but I want the glass to kind of be, well, unobstructed. So that is not going to be the idea. That is so cool. That is so cool. We need to make that someday. Like, you know, there's all these cool options in here. I don't really have to do that much with the animals, but very much with the park that we've just not used at all yet, not explored much at all yet, so I would really, really like to actually look into that a bit more. But what I would like to start with here, what's a conservation education board? I'm not sure about this one. That may be related. No, that's an exhibit. Okay. We've got the ATMs, which we should probably place some of those to animal talk points. I'm not sure what an animal talk point is. We've got ambient speakers, of course, and we've got educational speakers. Now, educational speakers could be interesting here, just to sink a few of them into the ground. I'm not sure they're going to do much. I kind of just actually... Oh, God, no, wait, stop. I actually just found out a bit of an issue with that idea, because I think I need to actually click them to change what they do. So you can see we've got no education coverage from those, so that may not work the way that I intended it to. Now we've got this, which I would very much like to place two of these education board sets here, maybe. Not quite sure why they are not really properly turned like that. But now we can go and say Timber Wolf. And we can say, oh, we need to power them. How did that work again? See, that's all the stuff that I really kind of want to explore this episode, right? Because I've got basically no clue about this. Utilities. Utilities, transformer, water treatment, water temperature regulator. Now, water treatment and all, I've got no clue how that works anymore. Oh, I think we have got some water right there, for example. That seems to be absolutely filthy. And that's probably why our bisons went ill as well, right? So we should probably have a water treatment facility for that somewhere outside of the view radius of our guests. But I'm also not really quite sure if it needs to be accessible by any staff. It probably will need to be accessible, so maybe we can have that in the back corner right here, and also kind of add on a transformer to that, because I'm pretty sure we need to power that, right? I guess. Yeah, look at that. I mean, all our... Oh no, it is... Okay, so we have got one transformer somewhere out here, I suppose. This is all powered somehow. I don't quite know how. This thing is not powered, which is good to know, because, you know, now I actually know I need to power it. So, let's exit that group edit. The other thing is powered. We will just put a power generator out here, because that's also then going to power our educational boards, which is going to be very, very nice indeed. We're going to place out in the corner there, so the guests hopefully don't really see that, and maybe we'll put like some visual obstructions here eventually. But now this... Yeah, okay, so that's all very interesting. I mean, it's all got its attributes attached to it. I feel this is so much more complex and cool, and there's so many more levels to this than I really thought and was introduced to thus far, so I'm really kind of interested to see this. Now, the water treatment out here should hopefully be covering that down below. So, fingers crossed. Yes, look at that. You can see it is improving, and that should be nice. Now, water temperature regulator. I don't think we need that. I hope. We'll have to see. I mean, I guess we can see. It seems to be just in the middle. So, that is good, I would say. Nothing for us to worry about there, I hope. But maybe we can now, you know, kind of at least have our bisons be a little less sick all the time. Because, you know, having the dirty water in their habitat right there probably didn't help their sicknesses and stuff. So that's an interesting start. But now I actually oh yes, look at that. You've got the Timberwolf educational boards right here, and people can actually read about it and hear about it and be like all happy about it. I wonder if our speakers work now, or if they don't, because I need to assign something to them. I probably need to assign something to them. Very much looks like it. So they won't work. Not sure why the boards don't really count as educational coverage. Kind of confused by that, not gonna lie. But what we can maybe do here... Boop. Haha! We're just gonna put the educational speakers on the back here of our educational boards, and that way, you know, they don't stick out as like totally annoying. You know, you don't see them when you look at it, but you know they're there, part of the television more or less, and we'll have them talking about the Timberwolves as well, of course, and we're going to have like periodic power costs and everything associated to them. Now, range we can actually set, and that may be an interesting one, because I can now check back, I suppose, on my... Look at that, on my education coverage, and that is, of course, not enough education coverage, so let's boost the educational coverage. What happens if these overlap each other? Does it get annoying for the people or something? Could that be the case? Oh yeah, look at that. So it gets annoying, like, people don't actually learn from it anymore because the speakers overlap each other and they can't understand what they're saying, which is cool. That is actually pretty cool. That's a great concept, and I love that. And that is going to be the first bits and bobs of educational coverage right here. And it doesn't change anything about the education of my guests just now, because I guess that's a periodical thing. But we have got something started right there, which I very much like. And I think we're going to continue that. We're going to set up a similar setup up here. Maybe we can have like an educational board with legs here for one, you know, just something different. How do I change the snap again? No, that's not the help window that I'm used to from Planet Coaster. Is there any quick help, like quick tips on controls and stuff for me? I mean, yeah, I know that one. And we can go back to surface move with M. I do know that one, and we can turn this with Y, but how do I have... What's the snap? I'm not sure how I can get rid of the snap right now. Shift doesn't do it. Oh, whoa. Didn't know that one yet. That's like control. So like just relative to the point that I'm actually at, which is very interesting. I still don't know how to change a snap, so unfortunately I think we're not going to be able to line it here perfectly, which is totally fine, because that was, of course, the idea here with a like campaign park, that it doesn't have to be perfect because it isn't mine. If this wasn't mine, I would be totally OCD and say like, no, I'm not going to place this till I know. But now I'm going to place it, and I'm going to ask you guys if you know to let me know down below in the comments, so I can do it better in my park in the future. Very annoying thing though. And we will go and check this one out, maybe? I'm still not sure what the difference is supposed to be, in all honesty, but we will have this. You know, we will have that, and maybe we can... This path isn't really optimal, is it? I really don't like that this path is too far off the habitat barrier here. You know, people can't really see through the windows from there. I've got some decent windows. I mean, we're gonna, of course, have like a platform up there, but still, don't like it too much. But okay, I think we're gonna keep it at that for the time being. We're gonna, of course, okay, so this doesn't, like, I thought I would put like a poster or something on there, but apparently I just put a TV on there too, so I could have just picked that thing in the first place. Not sure what the benefit of doing it this way is, but we will just go Grizzly Bear. And we are apparently in power range, which is good news. Oh god, I jinxed it. The one thing is in power range, the other thing isn't, which is weird and annoying, but okay. We will have to see about that thing in just a second, but let's go and set up some educational speakers. Oh, and you can see that they do theoretically provide educational coverage, but only when people are actually directly in front of them, I guess, which makes sense. You know, it does make sense, but still, definitely good to know. So we're gonna go and spread some education around here. Maybe just make the range like 10 or so I can actually spread the range of that speaker out a bit further too, which you know, doesn't work at the moment. So we will need some utilities here again, and we'll need to find some place to hide them away in. Oh my god, look at that coverage. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Maybe I will actually place the thing back here, and then we're just gonna actually place a path right here too, because I'm not too sure if I don't have to have like, oh god, let's turn the wrong way. I'm not too sure if I have to like have an electrician come by here. Well, electrician in terms of like mechanic, you know. So, well, we'll find out about that. This should be a staff path though. And let's do it like that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, now these are at least accessible in case a mechanic needs to come by and maintain these, because as you can see, they do. And that should be in range of this, please. Is it? It is. Very nice. Okay, so that's running. And this thing here we need to actually choose the topic of, and then we need to see about ranges and stuff. So, ooh, you can see that's actually a bit of an overlap right there. I think I'll make the range of this one a bit bigger, this one a bit smaller. I mean, to be honest, I should probably just space them out more. Okay, let's go and space them out more. Gonna integrate them here-ish instead, alright. So we're gonna go and put that one here. And then I can still increase the range of it a bit, like that. Cool. Then we've got all these people covered, we've got all these people covered, and we kind of need more for that, but that's a start in terms of education at the very least for the Grizzly Bear space. Okay, so that's great, that's the start. I also, there was like some precision mode that I accidentally activated. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's Control T. If that ever happens to you and your camera starts moving super slow, just go and hit Control T. That's going to solve all your issues. Slightly annoying thing right there, but you know, if you want to have it for precision, I guess that helps. I really didn't though. But with that said, let me go and actually snap rotate this thing again, because I cannot get out of that and I've got no clue how to. We are going to place a few education boards here around like the beast on space too, of course. Just like that, and we're going to place like one more about here-ish. I'm going to place some speakers behind there, and these should all be powered, I hope, from like whatever keeps things powered in our entrance area. So that should in theory be good. We would only need to configure these and then we'd be good to go. And then we've got all our animal spaces, our habitat spaces covered with some dank education, I hope. And we can move on to some other guest needs, because this is of course just kind of really the start of the whole task right here. So that is a bit much in range, I think, because this thing's actually pretty close. So let's see about that. Indeed it is. That should be fine though, because I mean the habitat kind of ends there, and then we will just kind of increase the range of these speakers here to the max, and that is pretty much everything covered. I would really like to kind of have everything covered in the middle here, because that's where the most people are at. So yeah, people don't need to get educated inside the beats on space, so that's good. And we're just gonna lower the range here a bit, and that captures most of the people, I think. So nice. We've got some great education going, you know, some content about the beast. And does this move or anything? Oh, I wish I could click that myself, but okay. Oh, do you hear that? I think that's a speaker talking. That's kind of nice. And yeah, you can see people are coming and they're actually looking at the Bisons, or like directly at the flippin' pixels. I mean, lady, that's not good for your eyes, seriously. I mean, you've got glasses on, you don't need to be that close. I promise. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that's great, that's good. That's a lot of education for people, and as you can see, it's slowly starting to creep up, so that should indeed hopefully be rather good. Now up here, that is only staff buildings, I think, that we have here. So what we probably do need is some sort of actual stores where people can eat, where people can drink. And I don't really quite know where to place them, and we should also probably then place like some bins and stuff, you know, so people can actually throw their stuff away without littering all over the park. So let's see what we have. We've got a food shop, just a generic food shop. Let me see. Guest facilities. Okay, so we've got these basic things again where we can build like all the fancy buildings around, which honestly, I think in the long run, in my own park, it's probably going to be the goal to do it like that and not to just do these pre-built things. For now, I think we will just do like a few of these. Info shop is kind of interesting. I think having something like this at the start of the park will make sense. I still don't know how to turn off the angle snap, and it's kind of very annoying right now. But let me edit the group here, and we will just add a drink shop and a food shop aside. Kind of seem to be limited to one thing, and that does not let me add that to the group, which is kind of annoying because now it's like okay, so something like that. Basically, we've got a gold bean, we've got like a food shop, and then we will definitely need like some bins and stuff, so we will want that. Vendors here now seem to, as opposed to Planet Coaster, not be separate employees, because they come with the stores again like they did in the early days of Planet Coaster, which is interesting. I'm going to have to double check that that's actually the truth right there in a second. I don't need any on-top vendors, but as you can see right here, we've got like a nice row of thingies now, and that should hopefully be good. Now, what I really want is some bins, recycling bins, standard bins, all the bins in the world. I'm going to place like 2 around the stores already, and we're going to place a few more along the path out here, because I really would like to avoid people littering all over the place once they've kind of bought all the food in the world. So I'm going to accompany that by a recycling bin, because I don't really know what it helps with in Planet Zoo. You know, maybe it's just, you know, about having like ecologically intelligent people and actually them separating things. I don't know. Maybe it helps me with actual amounts of litter. I really don't know, but we're gonna have that. What in the world? Oh my god, dude, he's levitating. People, we've got a levitating mechanic here. No, if that's not an attraction, I don't know what is. Woo! He did a magic trick. Okay, that's great. Interesting. We've also got security stuff here, which I don't know. Security signs do not feed. Interesting. There's the first balloon flying off into the abyss. Oh no, some poor kid actually lost its balloon. That's oh, grizzly bear is expecting offspring. Oh, we're gonna have a small grizzly soon. Nice. But a bison, unfortunately, sick again, incubating tularemia. Whatever that is, it doesn't sound good. So, well, it says vet cold, so I should not have to do that myself. Let me go and actually check my staff things here, though. Because okay, so the vendors are still separate kind of people, and I probably need to hire a few more, because they're gonna... Oh my Jesus, Lord Almighty! People really want some food and some drinks, don't they? Wow. Send for training, send for training, send for training, and send you for training as well, indeed. And, like, salary's definitely going up for you all, too. Like, yeah, that'll have to work a bit faster. Look at these queues! People really want their food and drinks and, like, everything in between, so that's crazy. Vets, though, I hope one is coming to take care. Oh, is that you? Oh yeah, it seems like... Okay, she's treating the bison already, so that should hopefully be good. Other than that, well, my mechanics seem to be fine in terms of... Where's the workload? Oh no, the workload is here. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go and I think train the keepers for one. We definitely should go and do that. Why is that keeper earning that much? Holy Jesus Christ almighty, that's a lot of money. Mechanics also pretty overloaded. I am going to train them once more. Maybe I should consider hiring... I'm just going to hire one more just to make sure. And, well, actually needs to get some experience first, I guess, before he can be trained. Security, low workload, which I guess is kind of good news, you know. Caretaker, also low workload, which... is interesting. I mean, I guess he hasn't seen the littering, or she hasn't seen all the littering people outside just yet. We're gonna hire a second one, just to make sure, you know. I'm pretty sure we will need a second caretaker here. And, well, let's see how that all goes. See, like, the bins are already... I just placed them and they're already filling up like mad. But yeah, so that's great. That should be taking care of a bunch of guest needs. Hunger, thirst... happiness, I mean, well, education is definitely going to be going up. What we also probably need is a toilet block, because I don't think we've got any toilets out here yet. This is all like veterinary and blah, this is just employee stuff. So I think I'm just going to go and add a toilet block to, no, I can't add it to this group because I built bins around it, but we're going to go and have like a large toilet block that we're just going to place in the middle of here, so that people can actually go and use the toilet if they want to. So, well, seems like a good idea. We're not going to charge anything for that, I don't think. That's fine. And that should take care of another guest need. So hopefully, as you can see, these stars finally starting to grow. That should mean that is going very well for us, because you know, guest education ratings going up, which is certainly good. And in general, you know, hunger, thirst, education, all should be taken care of very nicely if we can somehow manage these insane queues out here. That's that would be great. I hope my staff training is going to do something for me. And what I should also probably do is I'm just going to hire another 2 vendors, because well, some of these vendors will have to go on a break, right? And when they do, there needs to be a replacement for them, else the shop is going to be closed now. would very much prefer the shop not to be insta-closed, so that is going to be the plan. Now, these vendors also, I think, only will be trained when they go for a rest, so, well, you know, that will, yeah. So that'll take a while till that actually goes down, but once it does, it's hopefully going to take care of these queues a little more. And look at this. The rain's looking pretty good in this game, isn't it? I love it. But, you know, bins all nicely being emptied out by just stomping the trash into the ground, basically. And that is all working nicely. All these stores should hopefully be doing a lot of work for us in terms of guest happiness, in terms of money, so I'm very, very happy with that. And, well, we've got some education up. We've got things powered everywhere, so in theory, I think we should have hopefully done a good job to kind of secure the basic needs for all our guests in the zoo, if we can ever get rid of these queues. And there's another balloon that's gone flying. And, well, then eventually, I think, next episode, we will actually go and get back to, well, either we'll get back to the objectives, so actually move to the silver objective, or we will also maybe consider to just work on some more design, you know, get some of these platforms going that I was planning. And we probably also have to get some more of these enrichment items for animals once we actually do research them. So, a bunch of things on the list there still for today, though. That has been it for this little more learn how to manage a zoo and Planet Zoo episode. I hope you all liked it. I hope you all found it somewhat informative as well, as we all kind of just go and learn this together. If you know anything about the angle snap, please let me know down below, or else I'll try and find it out for myself as well. And then hopefully we will see each other again in the next crazy episode of Planet Zoo with levitating mechanics and whatever else. But with that said, I'm going to go and end it off right here for today, so I hope you all very much enjoyed it. As always, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out the channel a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also, please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with that all said, that's going to be it for this episode today. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I hope you'll have a great weekend, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.